All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Saturday, the 15th, and I'm going to do my market analysis for the coming week. Last week, I called out the fact that I was looking at an imbalance that was formed here. Okay, I was looking at an imbalance that was formed here, and my expectation for the imbalance was that price was going to come up to clear that imbalance, right? Because I did my analysis on a Sunday night. At that time, the market had already opened. So then I told everyone that I was expecting price to clear this imbalance and then keep going down. Why? Because I was bullish dollar. If I'm bullish dollar, it means that I'm expecting Euro USD to sell, GBP USD to sell. All right. So Monday, we had more or less an indecisive candle on Monday. It looked bullish, but generally speaking, it was more indecisive. Uh, Tuesday, we had a push down, but that gap was still left untouched. So I knew for sure that on Wednesday, price was going to touch that, was going to take that out. Unfortunately, I don't trade CPI, so I didn't even take that buy on Wednesday, right? But after price came and took out that imbalance, getting to maybe around maybe about 4 hours or 3 hours for the day to close, this blue candle here was full bullish. So I was expecting that, and I was just waiting because understand that when we talk about market analysis and structuring your trade, it's all about making predictions. If this, then that. All right. So I was looking at a full bullish candle and I was expecting that price was going to drop because, mind you, right from the beginning of the week, I am bullish on dollar. So I was expecting if price is going to drop to this level, either just above the imbalance, close just above the imbalance, or close inside the imbalance, I'm going to continue my bearish momentum for the week. So I took two trades, one trade on Thursday, another trade on Friday. Let me see if I can show those to you, and then we can go into my analysis for the week. All right. So Thursday, price comes up, it closes down like I just showed you on the daily. It goes up, it touches the consequent encroachment of the 4-hour fair value cap, goes up, drops down, creates a very nice 2022 model. Let me zoom in so it's a little clearer. 2022 model, what does the 2022 model look like? We have our Asian session, price drops down, but we know this is a fake move. This drop down is a fake move. What are we expecting? The price is gonna go up, do that swing, take out the Asian session high. Price takes out the Asian session high. We draw our market structure shift or a break of market structure. So price comes down, takes out the break of market structure. Let me zoom in a little bit. So it comes down, we have a break of market structure. What does it leave? It leaves a fair value gap over here. So right on this candle at 8:50 GMT, sorry, 8:50 GMT, right? It comes back and it touches. This is actually my entry. So it comes back, it touches it, and then we continue our drop. So this is where I entered. Very, very, very little drawdown, and then we're in that trade. Same for Thursday. Now, Thursday, uh, this is not exactly a usual entry, but it's something that I developed from experience. All right, it's just like the 2022 model, but it's something that I noticed from my back testing, and that's why it's very important that you back test because you begin to notice certain trends in the market. So same thing for Friday. I saw how price was generally consolidating. I liked how price took out this high because this was a consolidation. Ideally, you would have Asian session consolidate and then you have the takeouts in London. But if you look at this very carefully, we had a consolidation come right inside the New York session, moving before we get to our Asian session kill zone. So we have all of this back and forth movement. It's taken out ahead of London session. So once that happens, I was already expecting buys. Now we see the break of market structure happen right here. You can use this one. You see the break of market structure happen right here. I saw this down move, but I was waiting for confirmation. Yeah, because I saw this down move, but because this is not my usual entry, I was waiting for confirmation. What does that mean? It means I was going to have a higher stop loss. So my stop loss here was 20 pips. Here, my stop loss was 10 pips, right? But I don't mind. Better safe than sorry. So I wanted to have that extra confirmation. So price broke down, came up, nice entry here, but I didn't take it because I wanted more confirmation. It broke down. I looked at this here, fair value gap, order block, nice entry. Came in here, tap that, and literally zero drawdown, guys. Literally zero drawdown, and price went in. I scaled out of this move somewhere here. I didn't take a 1 is to 2, I took a 1 is to 1.76. Reason being that I looked at this inversion fair value gap on the weekly. This particular one you see is a weekly inversion, and I knew that price was definitely for one or two reasons. Why? Because that's an inversion fair value gap. I'm not expecting price to. I won't see a reaction around that point, right? So that's one thing. And the second thing is that it was a Friday. It was a Friday, so I was not expecting price to necessarily just close below it unless price was really, really bearish. But I was not expecting price to be really bearish because we started the week really, really bearish. So that's about it for the trades I had this week. Let's go to the DXY and let's start to look at the charts from the weekly perspective. I have just about 20 minutes of recording time, so I hope it's enough. From the weekly perspective, I haven't done this already, so I'm just going through all of this with you. So what I'm saying is what I'm seeing. Okay, so I have my weekly buy side liquidity here. Now, weeks ago, I've already called that I was expecting price to take out this particular monthly buy side liquidity. This has been my drawn liquidity for months. All right. Unfortunately, we had that pullback. Not unfortunately, but it's standard. We had that pullback, and once I saw how price was reacting here, I not made a video. I had a class, and in the class, I explained how I was looking at how price was reacting over here, between this and this. You can see how price taps in, rejects, taps in, rejects. So I was telling everyone in that particular class that I suspect that price is not going to go for the sell side liquidity as we would expect. Now that just shows us that price has price has exhausted its retracement and is now going for the weekly buy side liquidity, which was confirmed by last 2 weeks move on the market and then last week's move on the market. So what am I expecting? On the weekly time frame, my nearest drawn liquidity is this weekly buy side. Is this weekly buy side. If I have a nice weekly buy side here, and I have an extreme, like another liquidity zone here. That's my monthly buy side liquidity. So I'm bullish dollar. I'm still bullish dollar. I am still bullish dollar. My final expectation is for price to take out the monthly buy side here. That's my final expectation for price to take out the monthly buy side here. Let's look at what we have on the daily. Can we see anything on the daily? All right. So on the daily, I didn't even notice this on Friday, but on the daily, you can see that price took out this buy side liquidity here, right over here. That liquidity zone was taken out, and then that was a drop. On Euro USD, that was the close of the weekly inversion fair value gap. All right. This the buy side liquidity I just cancelled is no longer valid because it's been taken out. What am I expecting? I don't see any fair value gap here. I don't see any fair value gap here. However, there is something I was seeing on Euro USD. So we'll have a look at that as I when I get to Euro USD. But for DXY, I don't see any reason for price to necessarily draw back. It could draw back. It could draw back, and I want to assume it's going to draw back because of what happened on Friday. But we could see like a potential retracement, something maybe like this, to just test that other block. Maybe if it's going to go down, maybe somewhere like here, to just test that other block. Let me clean this because that fair value gap is no longer needed. Why? Because price has moved in and out of that fair value gap multiple times, so it's not something that we need anymore. Sometimes it's just nice to just clean up your charts. Let me just clean this up. Okay, there's a weekly sell size. I'm just gonna leave this. All right, but what I'm expecting is price to probably do something like this, and then we keep going. All right, we keep going. But I'm not looking for sales at all this week. I'm not looking for sales on DXY. I'm looking for buys on DXY. I'm very, very bullish dollar. So this is what I'm expecting to happen next week on the dollar. Where is my drawn liquidity? My drawn liquidity for the dollar is here. Well, I'll take this first, all right, because I'll definitely expect some sort of reaction. I don't expect the entire move unless you're extremely bullish. I don't expect the entire move of next week to get to this point. All right, at least maybe by Friday we should get to maybe this point, and then we can have like a little pullback, and then we'll go back to this point. All right, but that's what I'm expecting. Let's see how it plays out. But I am bullish dollar. So regardless of how it plays out at that particular point, I am pro dollar. All right. Let's see what we have on Euro USD. So since I'm pro dollar, what does it mean? It means I am bearish on Euro USD. So we had this daily imbalance that was showing us, that was being shown to us on the daily on Euro USD, and I called that it was going to go up and come down. All right. So now we've taken out the inversion fair value gap. We've prices closed here. I don't personally see the importance of the inversion fair value gap anymore on the weekly because price has already taken that out. However, there's something that I noticed on the weekly of the Euro USD, which is this right here. We have that imbalance over there. All right. So I'm expecting price to come here, take this, drop down. Right? Which will go to the theory that I was explaining earlier with the XY. So I'm still generally very bearish on Euro USD. Price could just decide that it doesn't even want to go up, it's just come down and take this out. Regardless of how price decides to play it, I don't mind. I'm bearish Euro USD, bullish dollar. All right. So this is my drawn liquidity for the weekly. Let me put an eye over there. Right. This is my drawn liquidity for the weekly. On the daily, we can see that price has cleaned that side out completely. You know, let me draw this on the weekly. Hold on. Let me see how it corresponds on the daily. Maybe that might change my mind. Mm, Given how it corresponds on the daily, I don't think price might go all the way up there to actually clear out that section. I doubt. I actually doubt price will go all the way up there to clear out that section because that section has already been taken on the daily. If you look at it closely, it's already been taken on the daily. So price may not go all the way up there. Price might use that particular section later. But let's see how it plays out. Let's see how it plays out this week. But regardless, I am bearish Euro USD. Draw liquidity for my daily chart. First one I've got over here. If price should move up before it comes down, this is my drawn liquidity for the week. If price should push down completely and is extremely bearish, my drawn the week here. That's what because it can take this out and come for this. Why? Because we even have a daily fair value gap resting over here as well, right? So price could take this out, come in for that. And I like how the weekly sell side liquidity is almost aligning with the consequent encroachment of the daily fair value gap. So that is pretty nice. That is pretty nice. Let's see what let's see the 4 hour. Very nice structure on the 4 hour. You can see it's obviously bearish now. The 4 hour is obviously bearish now. So very nice structure on the 4 hour. I don't need this anymore. I don't need this anymore. Uh, Even the imbalance here, I don't need that anymore. I don't expect price to go to that place now. Let me just leave the daily imbalance there for now. So drawn liquidity still here. Looking at the 4 hour chart, what am I expecting? Price could go up here, because we have two fair value gaps here. And you look at this particular range down here. So price could go up here, and then drop. So I'm still bearish. I will not be looking to take any buys next week. Still very bearish. Let's see what GBP USD has for us. Generally, GBP USD has been a little slow for the push to the downside. So let's see what it has for us, or what it's saying. Very nice close last 2 weeks. Very nice close last week. All right. So still sells. Everything is still pointing to selling GBP and buying the dollar for next week. GBP and USD entered the weekly fair value gap, and then it rejected. I'm sure that's what happened on Friday. That was Friday's move. Unfortunately, I didn't capitalize on anything GBP USD on Friday, because I generally trade between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. Ghana time. All right, that's my general move. I One of the things I've noticed, that anytime I trade outside my usual time zones, that's when I have issues. So this is what I'm looking at. Weekly fair value gap is what I'm looking at. I want to see it close. I want to see it close. It could close and surpass. I wouldn't give too much. I wouldn't expect so much from GBP USD, because GBP USD has generally been the slower pair over the last 2 weeks between Euro USD and GBP USD. So I'm expecting GPUs to maybe close the fair value gap, close the bullish, maybe close below the fair value gap. That will be good, because that will confirm the sales for GPUSD. I mean, it's already been confirmed, because we can see what we see on the XY, we can see what we see on Euro USD, and now we've got what we are looking at on GBP USD. So I'm looking to see price close below that level. Let's check out what we've got on the daily. So saying the price is going to close here on the daily, you can see that we have price pushing up here. We have it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up. So where's our break of market structure? Here. Now we can and this is what I'm saying. GBP USD has been the slower pair. See how it doesn't even show, it doesn't give you a break of market structure confirmation. Okay, so, or maybe it just does, because I just noticed something. It goes up here, it comes down, and we have this. So this is a higher high. This is my break of market structure confirmation. But I don't like this. This is just too close. If I had even closed somewhere here, that would be amazing. But look at how slow GBP USD has been. That's how slow it has been. All right. So we have this, and then it goes up, and then it closes just below it. So looking at all of this is the daily for GBP USD. I'm expecting to close this for the week. So let me put my eye here. This is where my eyes are on GBP USD. I wanted to see a close this week. I want to see a close this week. Yeah, I see a little fair value gap under that close. It could probably hit that level and then reject, but that's just generally my close for the week. All right. On that note, I think I've tried to sum everything up for everyone in about 20 minutes. So that's what I'm looking at for this week. And have a very good weekend, everyone. And enjoy next week. Good trading.